Hi everybody, my name is David. This video is about borderline personality disorder in men. I have a playlist about this disorder. If you're interested, you'll watch many more videos about it. I've made many videos about borderline women. So I thought I'd make a video about the borderline man, the male. It's a very distinct criteria for this disorder. I'm not talking about every borderline, every man that has borderline. This is just typical, okay? Borderline personality disorder is about the same in both genders, although about 75% of female are diagnosed. Men just don't get treated, most of them. You'll find, though, men with this disorder, maybe in anger management classes, maybe in jail. They may try to curb their anger and emotions because of losing their family. Here's some main differences I'm just going to talk about for the male. You could characterize their behaviors as paranoid, narcissistic, antisocial behaviors, substance abuse, addictions to sex, shopping, gambling. So just like all personality disorders, all 10, there's many overlaps within their traits. So much, I hear the most is the two, borderline and narcissistic. And a lot of people think they're both. They could be comorbid. But you have to understand that, I really believe once you cross the line of personality disorder, you're narcissistic. And so very commonly people think they're narcissists. That's why people get called narcissists so much, because they may just have a different personality disorder. But they're highly narcissistic, more than the rest of us, which we all are. Lots of overlap. The male borderline very often, I'm sure, is accused of being a narcissist. Very, very common. And antisocial behaviors. So in childhood, it's similar. There's abuse, there's trauma, there's no healthy bonding with the mother. I truly believe that's kind of where borderline starts. It's one of the few disorders that be diagnosed in childhood, because it really starts at that young of an age, with the mom not really accepting the child, not giving them the emotional attention required, forming a disorganized attachment style from trauma, neglect, and I think that they're very subjected to danger by the caretakers, or the caretakers' lack of keeping them safe. Somebody else is making them. But the borderline male child has massive feelings that they've lack of control in childhood, no control of themselves. And this is overcompensated in adulthood by being overly controlling. All right? So the married borderline husband, father, I'm going to give some examples of this. And this is profound. I've been helping clients for 8 years at least. And this is what I have seen, what I have learned. The husband, here's a scenario. Husband accuses the wife of being too flirty, dressing sexy, cheating, really controlling. That's also psychopathic, controlling what they're wearing and stuff. And the husband often drinks too much because of stress in his life, because of his work stress, because of home, what other people are doing to him. So he drinks too much, starts a fight because he's so insecure and controlling and jealous of the wife. You're flirty, you're dressing sexy, you're cheating. The fight ensues. The husband, borderline, starts yelling, gets physical, pushes the wife, falls down, crash with the yelling, wakes the children. The children are awake now, crying. The wife eventually leaves with the children. The husband finds the wife, apologizes up and down, and promises therapy. That's just a typical cycle of the borderline husband and father dynamic. Psychology Today, one of my best favorite preferred references, has an article, How Borderline Manifests in Men. And I wanted to just go over this stuff because it's interesting. There are 8 different ways listed here about how this disorder manifests in men. First one is aggressively thin-skinned, insecure, extremely insecure, just like a narcissist. And I can compare all of this, just like a narcissist. Feelings of being criticized when wife has just a problem in the marriage and a problem with something he's doing. You can't say to him, because oh, what are you picking on me for, huh? Oh, I'm just no good, huh? What are you doing? Number 2 is controlling through criticism, just like a narcissist, yeah? Criticizing. Oh, and it's just like this daily just feelings of just wanting to be controlling or be in control by controlling. And so it's just criticizing, coming home and saying, why is the house messy? And dinner's not ready yet. Dinner's not good enough. Just being hypercritical, wanting that routine. Number 3, irrational jealousy. In the females, it's perceived abandonment. You know, I guess in males, you call it irrational jealousy. Always jealous, fear of losing somebody in their life all the time. Number 4, possessive but detached. So it's like ownership over his wife, and I'm just using, well, this is about the male. Ownership over his wife, but won't share his emotional life with her. Keeping secrets, how he feels, not telling her. But very little interest to none with children. And this is profound. I've seen this over and over and over again. The borderline father just doesn't care about the children, just not involved, not going to get involved, show direction, just little interest. Who cares? Hang out little ones every once in a while, some sport or something. Number 5, rejecting relationships. Hypervigilance from trauma not healed. Friends just constantly kicked out. Constantly, boom, 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 cut off, cut off, cut off, cut off. And they'll say things like they're just too stupid, they're just incompetent, they're not trustworthy. Number 6, holding grudges. Just like a narcissist. Narcissist holding grudges, keeping the score, bringing it up constantly. Yeah. Number 7, using sex to relieve insecurity. Yeah. All my insecurities, I can handle them and live with them if I have sex. And also sexual dysfunction. I added that. Extremely common with male borderline. Number 8, substance abuse. Women will tend to be addicted or abuse psychotropic medications. The most common I've known is Xanax. I mean, borderline women and Xanax. Wow. They just go together like peanut butter and jelly. The man, though, would be self-medicating through like alcohol, marijuana. Very common. This is one of the most toxic, vile, and dangerous person ever. Okay? I've made many videos about the dangerous type. The sociopath, psychopath, obviously can be very dangerous with that lack of empathy and compassion and remorse. The borderline female, now women tend to be more, I can't say the V word, I have to say violins. Women tend to be more at home. They really are in public. It's really rare that you see that in public, but you might see that with borderline women. Men, if violence, tend to be more so in public, way less at home, except if they're borderline, extremely at home. I knew a borderline male that got so upset at his girlfriend that they lived together, he literally destroyed the entire house like a wrecking ball, literally. Pulling up countertops, knocking down cabinets, holes in every wall, ripping pipes and wire out of the walls. Just a massive rage until the whole house is demolished, man. I mean, just tens and tens of thousands of dollars worth of damage in minutes. Wow. With that kind of rage and anger, uncontrollable violence, you're talking about walking on eggshells, man. I mean, this is going to cause massive damage to people around them. Massive. You live with them, it's just, I have. And I lived with a borderline male years ago. It just uncontrollable, man. Uncontrollable. Scary. You're just wondering, how's this person not in prison? for the rest of his life. You know, he killed people. Hope. There's hope, though, that they can control their anger, ability to manage anger, stress, emotions. You know, there is hope that they can get better at that. Whether or not they won't be diagnosed with borderline anymore. That's the most important parts. If you find yourself in a relationship, anything like this, step outside and seek help. Talk to people that you trust and listen to them. Okay? Completely damaging, this can cause PTSD, anxiety, depression, amongst many other symptoms. So find and seek help. Please seek and find help. Okay? Anybody that wants coaching, you can find me at daviddemars.com. The link's right down below. And I'd appreciate a thumbs up and share and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I would really love your guys' examples. I know that there's many women watching this right now who've had people with this disorder, men, who've caused massive damage. Anyone's in this right now, seek help, reach out, talk to people, listen to them. Okay? Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your examples. Thanks for watching this. Thanks for subscribing, sharing, and liking. Love yourself first, guys. Bye-bye.